Hey brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to the series where we're building the Enterprise D. And we're just going to be moving straight on to issue number 2. We've got a fair bit... We've got a fair bit that we need to be building in this one. We've got 4 stages of construction. So we're going to be working on a few separate parts for the ship, which I think for the most part is going to be related to the saucer section. But first, we get to faff around with building the main deflector. So that's this little section here. This has also got the battery box and a little circuit for, I think it's for testing all of the lights. So, we've got to make a start. So, let's see what stuff we have here. So here is our little battery box. This takes 3 AAA batteries, which I do have some here. I have had them for a while, so I don't know if there's a charge in them, but I'm hoping for the best. That all looks to be very delicately soldered in, so I'm a little concerned about how well that's going to hold up. But I need to look for the battery box nut. And that nut fits just in there. I think that is for when we go to secure that into... that's to secure the kind of the front plate with the other end of the connectors for the batteries. Cool, duly noted. And we have a plate that needs to go over that, and that needs to be fixed in with a couple of screws to hold that in place. I think I've got that on the right way. Yeah, I do. Good. Although I seem to be missing some of the screws that I need for this. I need BM screws. These ones are BP. Are they hiding somewhere else? Not in this set. Must be somewhere else. No. It says using 2 BP screws. Yet the diagram has BM written on it. So, I think they could have gone with a little bit more proofreading on some of this stuff. Because, yeah, it's, we've had a few typos so far in just issue 1. Now they're creeping over into this one. Right, that's in. Let's insert my batteries and hope that they actually work. And then we have our back plate, which takes a little bit of effort to get that in. Right, it's got a couple of hooks in here, so you can just... Ooh, come on. You are going to be a problem, aren't you? Right, I do have a slight problem here. I think the thread up here in the back, I think that's already gone. Because that screw is not tightening, and my trying to screw in the kind of the front or the battery cover is just forcing the plate off the back of this. So that's kind of a disappointment there. I mean, I can try a different screw if this one ever wants to come out, but I have a feeling, yeah, that looks like it might have shredded the inside of the thread. Doesn't fill me with much confidence. Yeah, that is that's a bit fucked. I don't know if you'll be able to see on this, but the side over here, the thread has been completely shredded. It's just nothing but worn plastic now. So that can be dealt with. I think a little bit of glue, a little bit of super glue in there would help to just secure it, and then we needn't worry about the whole thing falling apart. But that is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I mean that's all the plastic there that got shredded out of it by the screw. So that is not quite the top quality I was expecting, but it's, this being my first time doing one of these, doesn't fill me with the greatest of confidence. And a little bit of Starfleet issue super glue, and that doesn't want to hold. Right, I'm going to leave the battery box. That can wait until later, because I need that glue to set properly before I can do anything else. So we're going to move on to starting to build the deflector dish. Let's have a look at the pieces we need for that. So we have these two support pieces that need to go together. And then we need a screw to combine those and get them as one solid piece. And there you have it. I think I'm going to try and be a little more delicate with some of the screwing into some of the plastic pieces, because they seem to be, deserving of a little more love and care, I think. But here we have the front part for the main deflector. And we need this central part, if you want to come out of the box. Don't think there's an up or down side of it, so we should be okay to put it in whichever way. Yeah, we can just go with whatever. Now that's in nice and secure. Excellent stuff. So now we need to fix this support piece on the back. Looks to be a bit interesting, but okay. And there you have it. So the main deflector is slowly coming together. Now comes the time where we need to start wiring lights into our main deflector. So let's have a look at what we've got here. I'm just going to take these remaining pieces out of the packaging because they're all I need now. And there we have the lighting installed. So that's ready to be tested. If the glue has finished setting on our battery box, which I think it might have, I think we might be able to test this. Right, that doesn't seem to be working. I think my batteries might be dead. I have had them for a while, so I don't know. An update. We have light in the deflector. That's really bright. Oh wow. Unfortunately, the super glue that I applied on this doesn't seem to be holding quite as well as I'd like, so I'm going to need to fix that up with something stronger. But otherwise, that's great so far. We can also go about testing the lighting for the saucer section as well, so give me a moment to hook that up. Oh wow. Oh, look at it. Like, you really need to go somewhere else, but that looks incredible. This thing is going to look amazing when it's done. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, yes. Now, the instructions haven't told me that I need to place this in yet. So I'm unsure of whether or not I should fix this in, because it pretty obviously just goes in like so. But it's not said whether or not it needs to happen now. So I might leave it for the time being, and we'll move on to the next part. Stage 4 assembly. We're working on some more of the saucer section. So, let's get the parts out and get working. I'm going to have so much plastic to go out in the recycling, it's absolutely ridiculous. Right, first up we need one of these saucer plates. Oh boy. It's insane that I'm going to be assembling the saucer plate by plate as well. Okay, so we need to start with all of the escape pods that are for this one. I don't think it matters which ones I use, because they're all on sprues and they all look exactly the bloody same. But I need 6 of them. Don't know if these are going to come off quite as clean as they did for the bridge section. All of the little kind of grotty bits that are on the end parts of that, they're all going to be fitting in on the underside of the plate, so that doesn't matter so much, I think. So you can get away with these coming off a little less cleanly. Also helps if you put them in the correct way round. Once they're all secured in, that's going to look rather good. Looks nice and clean, and that's what we like. So now we've got to fit in all of the windows, and these ones we've got to put in individually. Jesus. But it does give, in the instructions, it gives you a very detailed layout on how the windows are meant to go in. You can customize them, you can put them in however you like, but I think they've tried to recreate the patterns in the windows as accurately as they could, so that it matches up with what was on screen for the actual model. So I'm going to try and replicate that as well. So I need 15 dark windows, and I need 15 regular ones. Okay, 15 of each. My biggest concern while putting these in is that I drop it and they all ping out. I'm really concerned that I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be as delicate as I can with it, because I need to get more windows. Oh, and breathe. All of the pieces are in. So now I need to take... Ooh, okay. This, which is the reflector panel. I think this is the correct one. So I'm assuming that's going to sit over that. That looks correct. U309AL. I'm assuming the other one has got a different designation on it. Yeah. Okay. So I need to fit some lights into this. Which lights do I need? That's the question. I mean, they've all got the same things on them. They've all got the exact same wiring, the exact same designations on them. So we have our lights wired in like so. Now we've got to try and get this on here without any problems. Oh boy. You're coming out, you're a problem. Just wedge yourself in nicely, okay? And pick this up. Not dislodge anything that I've installed, hopefully. Something feels like it's come loose, or it's just not going in. It's that bit there. Just didn't want to wedge in correctly. Doesn't feel entirely secure yet, but we haven't screwed things in. So, BP screws. Do I take them from this one, or should I use some of the spares I got from the old bag? May as well use some of these. So we can have spares of everything, we may as well just condense it all down. Okay, these light pieces are struggling to stay in place, but I have a feeling the rest of this should just kind of hold itself together once it gets like fixed into the main kind of frame of everything else. But otherwise, I think this plate is done. Just about. Now I need to repeat the process for this one, so give me a moment, I will put that all together. Oh, well, this one has taken a little while longer. It's also been a little bit more fiddly, because we've had a couple of sets of wires that need to go into this one. This needs to fit in here, which is going to fit into another part of the saucer plating. So that needs to wedge in there, but that will likely come loose until we get it secured in the next step. And the next step is here. So we need to take this little strip here, and it's got an adhesive backing on it. This is part of the transporter emitters. So I need to peel off the adhesive on the back of this, Oh my god, how hard is it to peel this thing off? There we go. Tweezers. Save the day. Thank you. And that needs to go in here. Yeah. Very nice. Not coming out. Good. And then, hey ho, guess what? It's more escape pod time. We need a full 5 for this one, so just take all the ones off this sprue. Now these screws are either for the Dungeon Master or for slipping into somebody's inbox. I'm not entirely sure. And then we can fix these two little sections of saucer plating together. Secure those with a couple of screws. And we can go about testing all of the new lighting that we put in. Okay, fire it up. Oh yeah. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm really enjoying myself with this one. Oh, this is superb. And now we move on to stage 5 assembly, which takes us back to the upper decks of the saucer section. Can remove the deflector for now. And we're essentially going to be plugging in the main shuttle bay and the surrounding deck. So here on the underside of our main piece so far, we've got to fix this in. And a couple of screws there. So let's get those done. Okay, shuttle bay doors installed. Awesome. Next up, we've got to slap this big discus whatever jig thing onto the front of the hull. It is still showing that this light is, or that these lights, I think, are meant to be loose. Certainly showing one at the very least. It is still showing that that light is meant to go somewhere else, so that's reassuring. I haven't screwed up yet. Yet being the operative word. Alright, that gives it a nice, deadly looking shape, doesn't it? But then we get to go and put these pieces around the sides, so it will kind of taper out and look a little more, little smoother. Okay, I don't think I've caught any wires in where they shouldn't be, so that's a good start. But there we are. The upper decks of the Enterprise's saucer section are slowly coming together, including shuttle bay. The stage 5 assembly was nice and simple, so we can put that to one side now. And stage 6 is where things are going to get interesting, because we're starting to build the actual frame for the saucer. So again, not much in this stage of assembly, but this is going to be essentially the foundation for everything regarding the saucer section. Ooh, wow, okay. So we only have a couple of pieces in this one. I don't think we are... No, we're not going to be affixing any of what we've done so far to the frame. We're just assembling these few pieces, so not much left to do. And which way up do you need to go? This way, I believe. Yeah, that looks correct. So that's in as secure as I can get it, I believe. I hope that's sitting in properly. It looks like it is. And then this one wants to sit in front, so... Okay. And that is it for issue 2. So there's been a lot more work than the first one, mostly because I was just running around trying to faff about with batteries and superglue. But overall, I think it's been a very productive one. I'm looking forward to seeing when the next issues are going to be coming along. I'll be looking forward to getting issue 3 and 4 presumably in the next lot. And then, yeah, we'll just carry on the build from there. So I'm going to wrap things up for now. This has been really good fun, these first couple of episodes. I'm excited to see this thing take shape. And I'm dreading how absolutely monstrous it's going to be. But it's going to be fun. So I will just wrap this episode up here. Say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays, metal covers, and other random stuff. Do give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, do subscribe to the channel, maybe even consider checking out my Patreon, and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off.